Why don't you open us up, Kristen?
This is not my podcast. I don't know what to say.
You know what to say. You
No,
did
I
this
don't.
before. Welcome to the Couch on Fire podcast with Rob and Kristen.
Yep.
We're doing a little podcast today. So how are you doing today, Kristen?
I'm tired. How are you, Rob?
All right. Very stressful situation going on at the Haught household.
Yeah.
We are moving, so we're going through a lot of old stuff, finding new stuff that we forgot that we had, throwing things out, cleaning, because we're dirt balls. And yeah, that's fun. You having fun?
Not really, but
No,
it's got to be done, and we're almost done, so.
Yeah, I agree with you. We're almost done, so that's exciting. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I wanted to do another podcast with you because the last one seemed to be a fan favorite.
I highly doubt that.
Because everyone loves you because you're
I'm
so
sure they do.
energetic.
I know.
And I don't know, like I learned something new about you last time, so I want to see if I learned something new about you this time. What people don't know is, there's a conversation before the podcast starts about what I can and cannot talk about because, she just doesn't want to talk about certain things. So naturally, because I'm an asshole, we're going to talk about those certain things. How do you feel about that one, huh?
Whatever. Nobody said I had to answer.
Yeah, this is true. Anyway, so I wanted to talk to you about love.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about love. I wanted to talk about what are some some experiences that you've had in your life with love. What have I had in life in my love? What do we want for Braylon?
Okay.
For her to be in love and things like that. So let's go back to the source before we talk about Braylon. So how many times have you been in love? Like truly in love?
Twice.
Now I'm not saying like romantic love, just truly in love.
I mean, I guess twice. I mean,
guess
how
twice.
do you, I don't know any other kind of romantic love besides your love for your family and friends.
Well, here's a story I don't think I've ever told you, and this is
This should be good.
Yeah, this should be a good one. I've been in love 5 times in my life, like truly in love. Mm-hmm. My first one is my grandmother. I unconditionally love her.
Yeah.
She's done a lot for me, but that's just a normal love, I guess.
Yeah.
You forget about those. I'm sure you love your parents and your grandmother
Right.
and everything else.
Right.
But my first true love, who shall not be named, I never dated her, but I was in love with her for 5 years.
Oh, yeah, then I guess I had another one, too.
Yes. So I had,
Yeah, I did, too, then.
And now when I say that, because people think that, like, you have to have a physical
That's true.
relationship
Yeah.
with someone to be truly in love.
Yeah.
At that time in my life,
Yeah.
I was in middle school, and like you just started learning how to love, I guess, or just what you think is love, what you see on
figure it
movies
out. Yeah.
and things like that.
You figure out what it is.
I truly indulged myself into this person. I talked to her all the time on the phone. We were best friends. She told me things that I don't think she told other people, and I told her things. I mean, I'm sure she told her other friends, but in that time, that's
Probably
what I
told
thought.
all her other friends how stupid you were.
Probably, stupid boy.
Yeah.
But no, like I truly
Yeah.
loved her. Like I would have died for her. I really cared about her for many, many years.
Yeah.
But we just never dated, and I don't think it ever came up. I think we kissed one time. It just didn't really feel like, I don't know. I feel like our love was a lot different than like a normal love.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know that story. You had someone like that when you were younger that you really cared for.
Yeah, but
that you loved.
But that's like the first time that you ever experienced feeling like that, though. So,
like, I felt hurt by this person a couple times, not unintentionally. It's because I build things up in my head,
right?
Like everyone else does. Every teenager, that's what you do. You think of something, but then when it finally maybe happens or even gets close to it, it just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't kind of work out. So that was 2 right there. My third love was someone that I actually dated and actually had physical contact with and things like that. And that was in high school. I feel like everyone in high school starts late middle school, early high school. You actually start having like a sweetheart or somebody that you dated.
Yeah.
We don't have to get into that story. And then after that, I've dated many girls. I've used the word love multiple times, but I never truly loved them. I think you just used the word love just because.
Yeah, I think that word gets thrown around a lot, especially when you're young, because you don't really know the significance of the word until you're a lot older. Yeah. You actually get hurt by hearing the word, so.
Yeah, I mean, no.
But when you're young, you don't know any different.
You're very naive. You really just kind of like, I mean, there's been times where I would date someone and 2 weeks later, oh, I love you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of like, sometimes you say it because they say it or you say it first. It's just, but you really don't know the impact of the word until you get older, really experience it.
Even when you're older, like if you're going through high school or college or anything like that, and then just say you're in like a toxic relationship or whatever, and you're like, yeah, you probably do really love that person, but once you get into a really good relationship, then you look back and you're like, man, what I thought was love at the time, yeah, I loved that person, but it wasn't true love. Like that's not how love is supposed to be. That's not how love is supposed to feel.
Yeah.
So even though like you did love them as a person, like that's not how love is supposed to be. So it's just weird how it changes as you get older and you get in the wrong and right kind of relationships.
I think there's stages of love. I feel like when you're a child, you have unconditional love with your family. That's family love. That is something that you're used to. You see them every day. They care for you. You hate them, but you still love them because they're your family. They're blood.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody in their lives has experienced that friendship love or that kind of love where you just care so much about somebody, girl, guy. Like mine was a girl. You could have I could have a guy friend that I feel that way.
Right.
Did that friendship love. And then you have that heartbreak love, the one that, that you were with and at that time in your life, and woe was me when it ended, and you're just so,
your life is over.
My life is over. You have that love. Yeah. And then what brings me to my 4th love is you. Like, you're my 4th love. You're the one that, like, I'm married and I'm with right now, and I love you. And I think that's more of, like, the relationship love, because you're with them. Yeah. You're married and all that stuff.
I know who your 5th one is.
You better know who my 5th one is.
If I was 4.
My 5th one is Braylon, our daughter. Now, to me, this is another thing that I feel like everyone should experience. Like true, like I'm madly in love with her. I know I can't explain.
That's a love that you'll never be able to explain to somebody else who doesn't have a child.
It's so hard to like I can love someone so much that I'm obsessed with them. I can love someone so much that I care for them so much, but it's just the love that I have for her is just I want to shelter her. I want to like teach her how to do everything. I want to be in her life for the rest of my life, in her life, like afterlife. I want to float around and make sure she's okay. I want to, but it's weird because like, the way the love that I have for her, sometimes it makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't love her I love her so much. I just want to hold her all the time, and I know I can't do that. So but I definitely feel like there's definitely stages. And I feel like everybody's experienced stages. Now, you can have different loves and, like, say if something happened. Say if there's a couple out there, they get divorced after so many years and they fall in love with someone else. I think that you can do that. But like we said earlier, when you're younger, you throw around the word. But when you're older, you kind of know what you want. And when you find someone that fits that mold, you just kind of fit that love. So, now back to what we were talking about in the very beginning. Now, Braylon, when she gets older, who would you want her to love, or be in love with, like as a relationship-wise? What type of person? like as a parent, see now, like
Yeah.
part of me doesn't want her to love anybody as much as she loves me.
I feel like I can only hope that she will fall in love with someone who treats her right and you know, as a mom or a parent, I don't want her to go through that heartbreak, but I think it's inevitable. Most people do go through that heartbreak. What I really want for her, obviously I'd like her to find that special person in the end. But one thing that I feel like I missed out on was having someone to talk to. Have a relationship and open and honest communication with my parents. So I'd really, or just an adult really, preferably my parents. So I would love for her to be able to come to me for advice or, you know, just be open about the whole relationship. Because over the course of my relationships, I lost a lot of friends. I think a lot of people do. They get so consumed in relationships and lose friends. But then when things go sour in a relationship, you need to go back to those friends, and then they're not always there anymore. So to have that parental support or adult, you know, communication line open, they'll talk to you forever if you need to, but friends will get tired of hearing about it. And I think that was the worst part of it for me.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt that like she'll eventually find the one she's meant to be with, but
Yeah, I mean, when
I would like to make the transition smoother for her.
I agree. I feel like inevitably, like, or maybe it has to happen in life. People have to have heartbreak for them
to realize
like
what you need and want.
Like, some people think that,
and
like,
who you are, who you are as a person.
Some people get jealous when they hear, "Oh, I met him or her in middle school.
I mean,
we've been together forever."
I still do.
But no, to me though, they just haven't. They haven't experienced it though. They have to.
I agree with that too.
Because like, no matter what anybody does in their life, the only way they're really going to experience life, periodly, is failure. And to me, a heartbreak is a failure. There's obviously something went wrong. Either it was you or that person.
I feel like too. Even though I would completely love that person, like, that I've been with since middle school or whatever, I feel like a part of me would always want to know, like, what else is out there? Or just, like, that experience of just being with somebody different. Like, I feel like me personally, I feel like I would always want to know. So, but, I mean... Yeah. Congrats to the people that don't feel that way and have made it. You know, I know a couple people like that.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I know, it's the same thing about everything. You want to know what the grass is
on the other side. You always want to know what the other side. Like,
and good for the people that don't. But that's just me. I want to know. So.
No, yeah, I agree, and I feel like I would love for her to be open. I think everything that we went through, our parents went through. They just went through it differently, and we never talked to them about it. I never talked to my parents about it, my grandparents about it. Yeah. But I feel like everybody goes through grief. Everyone goes through heartbreak. Everyone goes through love stories. Everyone has like that, you know. And then there's always that one that like that. Oh man, I really wish, or like, what if. Or could it have been? Like, there's always that one person in your life that always escaped and got away. And I feel like she's going to have the same thing. Yeah. I feel like she's going to, you know, experience heartbreak. And it's going to be sad because, you know, I want to shoot that other person in the face. Because it's
hopefully she'll be the heartbreaker.
Yeah, hopefully she would. I mean, I am an asshole, so hopefully I teach her to be one. But, and then, you know, I got some boy or girl standing outside my window crying. I got chased them off with a broom. Get out of here. So, yeah, I mean, I never really had a, like, relationship, because my grandparents raised me. I never really had a close enough relationship to talk about relationships with them.
I didn't either.
Now, when my mother was in my life, every now and then, I would talk to her about relationships. And she met one of my girlfriends at one time. But the problem is, it's like, she wasn't around enough. So I relied on my friends. Now, what you said earlier about when you're in a relationship, you kind of push your friends out.
Yeah.
And I think subconsciously you don't mean to.
You don't mean to.
Because I've been on both ends. I've been on both ends.
You definitely don't mean to.
And when I was in high school, there was a year where I pushed everybody I know away for a whole year. I didn't see anybody. I was consumed with her and her friends.
Right.
Because she keeps her friends. So I just, adopted to them. And that's my phone going off. Sometimes, you adapt yourself to people and you become friends with their friends. Yeah. Now, I lost my train of thought. See, I have ADD. It's as soon as that thing went off.
You're talking about losing friends and stuff like that in relationships and just being consumed in the relationship.
Mm-hmm. Now, and then I've been on the other end where I get mad at my friends because they won't do anything because their significant other, it just you want to blame somebody and you're never going to blame the person that you care about, so you're going to blame their significant other. Right. Like I've had friends growing up that they would just hang out all the time with their girlfriend, and it's like you want to blame their girlfriend, not your friend. Yeah. But people don't understand that he made or she made that decision, Yeah. So, yeah. But true friends stay when trouble happens. Yeah. Like, I still have friends right now. Unfortunately, I haven't talked to a lot of them because we moved away. Mm-hmm. And, when you got married, we just, we didn't really have a wedding at all. And we never really got a chance to kind of, say goodbye to them and all this other kind of stuff. So, I don't know. But I hope Braylon has the best love that she possibly can. I hope this person takes care of her and everything else. And I hope she talks to you. She might not talk to me about it, but yeah, I'd rather her talk to me about other things, kind of like drinking and drugs and schoolwork. Not
that she'll listen to anything I have to say about the subject, but I hope that she'll be comfortable enough to come up to me and be open about anything, really. And
do you think your mom listened to your grandmother? And do you think your grandmother listened to your great-grandmother?
No, but to just be open about a relationship, because I never spoke to them at all about it. Mm-hmm. And it really bothered me, so... Yeah. And I needed an adult to talk to for certain things, or wanted to anyway. And because I knew I had friends whose parents were so open, and I was always so jealous about it. Yeah. But at the same time, it was kind of uncomfortable because I just wasn't used to that, but I always wanted that. So that's just something I didn't get, so I would want for my daughter,
Well, that's what we do as parents, though. Yeah. The things, you remember that saying, I want to give my child the things I didn't have. Yeah. It's not always about money. It's not always about, I didn't have this house. Yeah. It's about
emotional support and all that kind of, just support, really.
I was thinking about this earlier, and we took Braylon to the park, and I was like, I have heard so many, first kiss stories, and 90% of them, everybody's first kiss usually happens at a park. I'm just saying this right now. I was sitting there on the swing, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I had my first kiss on a swing at a park. I feel like everybody's first kiss is usually at a park. Now, the people listening to this are probably like, mine wasn't. But a lot of people that I know, their first kiss was either in the swings, the monkey bars, that thing that looks like a spider web, that big dome, you know what I'm saying? Or something. Was your first kiss at a park?
It was not. Oh. It was outside.
It was outside. But was it near a park?
No. It was at somebody's house. So.
Oh, but it was outside.
But it was outside.
But your first kiss is usually And I remember my first kiss. There was no French or anything. My first kiss was first nice peck. I remember her. Yeah. I don't talk to her. It's weird. You find it weird that I talk to all my ex-girlfriends in a way. I don't find
it weird.
I don't know.
I don't find it weird. Most people are not friends with
Yeah.
You know, especially so long ago. But I mean, it doesn't bother me. But yeah, I kind of find it weird that you stay in touch.
I'll tell you this: the one that I'm close, if I had to pick one that I was the closest with, and that was the one that I dated the longest before you.
Yeah.
And that's the one that was in high school. Now I'm not really close to her. We don't talk. We probably talk. We talk once a year on our birthdays.
Yeah.
I say happy birthday. She said happy birthday.
I mean, I'm glad that you stay in touch. It's just very rare.
Well, when you invest so much into somebody. And the ending was just kind of not good on both parties.
Yeah.
Like, because we didn't talk right afterwards for a while.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where, we were friends. She was my best friend at the time. So, it is what it is. I'm not saying you have to talk to her.
No, but I'm just saying, I just think it's very rare for that to happen. So that's just why I think it's weird. It's not uncomfortable. It's just rare.
But I sometimes though I worry about the people that I cared about in the past.
Yeah.
Especially my friend that I cared about.
Yeah.
I worry about her. I never talk to her. We don't talk, but I bet you if we just started talking out of nowhere, we would just pick up right where we left off, and that was like 5 years ago. Like, we don't really talk that much.
Yeah.
We've gone our separate ways, but I do worry about her because I invested 5 years of my life just watching over her, caring about her. She dated one of my best friends. I mean, people are going to know this story. She dated one of my best friends. People thought that I was, like, obsessed with her and wanted to date her, but I never did. I just... cared about her. Her mom and dad knew that I just cared about her, and it was a good situation. And I do worry sometimes, but lately, ever since we've had Braylon, I mean, my life has just been her.
Yeah.
Sometimes you.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Well, I mean, I feel like you probably feel the same way. Like,
Yeah.
You just care so much about her, and love is just weird. It really is. I think it's like it's an emotion that's like, it makes you sick, it makes you happy, it makes you go through so much, and
it definitely controls all the other emotions.
Yeah, well,
it definitely changes over time.
We were watching a movie a couple days ago, Troy, and you were like, that whole thing
Did you
started.
finish that movie?
You were like, that whole thing started because.
Oh yeah,
because the Prince of Troy took the princess of Sparta.
Yeah, the whole entire war,
started over a woman. Like, it's just one of those things where, and that's what love does to people.
I know.
Like,
the love of a woman has started so many wars and ended so many lives. Yeah, the love of a woman.
So you're saying right now that women are the cause of war?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like,
because men are idiots, obviously.
Well, we're just blinded by
I don't understand it.
I think it all goes back to, we love our mothers. We yearn for that love that our mothers gave us. Or for some of us that didn't grow up with mothers, we want it. We want it so bad. So when we find that woman, not that our wives or our girlfriends look like our mothers or act like our mothers, but it's just one of those things where we just care so much about having another woman in our life just like that.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
You know how they say, like, the girl marries their father or whatever?
Yeah.
I always thought that was so stupid. But then, after I met you, I realized how much you are like my father. You're not like him a whole lot, but you guys definitely have a lot of things in common, which is just... It's just weird. It's really bizarre.
I really wish I had his, maybe in time I'll have his, I don't care, I'm just gonna be quiet kind of thing. I'm too vocal. That's the problem. When we fight, we fight.
No, you're not. You're not like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like each other in other ways, though.
No, I know. I mean, we have, it's just, because that's just... Yeah, I mean, your whole life.
It's weird.
So you're telling me that Braylon's going to try to marry a guy that's exactly like me?
Yeah.
If she marries a guy?
I mean, that's what they say. I mean, I'm really curious. I've never really asked people or anything, but I'm curious how many women out there have actually married or been with men that resemble their father. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you're my father by any means.
No, I know,
guys
I know what
have,
you mean.
Yeah, you guys have similarities in certain areas that... most people don't have. So I'm curious to how true this, like, saying is.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, Braylon
Well,
might marry somebody like you, I guess.
Oh, God. Well, like, I also think that men are very simple. We're simple. We don't really care. If once we find someone that will put up with our shit and how dumb we are and how stupid our hobbies are and things like that, we latch ourselves onto it.
Yeah.
I have multiple friends that are, half of my friends are pretty much already married or have been married, for a while now. Mm-hmm. And all the people that they're with, they all have, like, they're all just pretty girls that are, somehow they got them all. I have no idea. And then, it's just, I'm a little scared now for her boyfriend.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So do you think that, like, growing up, like, oh, I'm gonna date this boy. He's totally different from everybody. That's not the guy I can't marry. I gotta marry someone, like, subconsciously you think he's the one, but he's not, because he's nothing like anybody you've known.
Like I said, I'm sure there are plenty happy couples out there
that aren't like that.
That aren't.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to know how many there are, because obviously I'm not going to marry or not marry somebody because of that, but...
Well, what do you think about, are you happy being married?
Yeah.
Regardless of being with me or anybody else. Like, what do you think the difference between marriage and people that are together for 20-some years?
Nothing.
And there's nothing,
Nothing.
It's so people think, like, oh, you get more in the taxes. And I honestly I think maybe before you did. But I don't really know, because
I think for some people it's security.
It's security.
If you need not to say obviously you can get a divorce and stuff like that, but maybe for some couples you need that security. Me personally, our relationship doesn't need that security of a title of marriage. I'm fine if we do, but I don't need it. Some couples probably need it.
I will say this, though. So when I tell people, like, when I'm in job interviews or if I'm doing something here or there and I'm like, oh, I have a wife, or they see a ring, I feel like they're like, there was a line from the movie Departed. Yeah. He says, getting married, it lets people know that someone puts up with your ass. So he said this line to Matt Damon, I forget his name, Alec Baldwin. He says, marriage, it makes you look like you're not a homo, and it makes you look like someone can put up with your ass. That's literally what he says.
And for some men and women, it's all about commitment. Yeah. Like, people are afraid of commitment.
Yeah.
But, like, so a relationship like that would really require a marriage. So I think for some people it's about that. But for others,
it's funny. I was talking to a guy at work. We're almost out of time, but I was talking to a guy at work about how I feel like this next generation racism is going to go away, and I think it's because of how states are handling gay marriages and how they're handling transgender.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a good thing because of that. Because there's more open, with people and their sexualities and stuff. Racism will go away. I know that was kind of a little bit off topic, but the whole point of it is because people are recognizing marriages everywhere
different
else.
Kind of love and marriage. Yeah, there's all different kinds out there that were never recognized.
I know I have my beliefs just like every other man, sure. And I know you have your own belief, but I just want whoever loves Braylon to love Braylon. I don't care who this person is.
Yeah.
I just want them to love her and care for her, and if they can do that for her and convince me that they can do that for her, I'm on board 100%.
Yeah.
And so was that bad? That's not bad.
No, that's
you good?
Not at all. Yeah.
Maybe some more episodes.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. I think you said that last time.
I did say that last time, and you talked me into this one.
I can't unlock your phone. Can you unlock your phone? All right. Thank you, guys. That's it. I don't know. I don't have an outro. I don't know how to say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.